Hey, happy Aloha Friday. This is Derek Demore with Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live. We're going to go over our opening bell trade, see what the call was, see how we did, and then look at end of day calls from yesterday, which I don't know how we did, and see what we're getting into over the weekend. Maybe talk about some things. Seems like there's a lot happening in the world and in the shifting markets. So hopefully we can not only get you positive points for breakfast, but consistently, but also to help you look at the bigger picture. So, opening bell, our back testing data has showed that it was a three shorts, meaning it's a short day. The one market that I noted that I felt what I wanted to go long in was the NASDAQ. So one of our members actually recommended that I have one set of charts that I go with my gut, so to speak, meaning I could go a different direction in one of the markets and then see how the data goes over the next 3 months. So I'm going to try that. It's going to be difficult to be doing all this, but I'm just going to set those and let them do their thing. In terms of the other two markets, the Russell, for whatever reason, seemed the most bearish to me, and the S&P seemed like I didn't know. And that's pretty much what happened. This one did end up being bullish. They all ended up being bullish down the, as time went on. But this was the most bearish. This was the most bullish, and this one kind of went back and forth for a while. You can see on the 1 hour, I drew some kind of lines in the sand looking left, which kind of, if I was going to go short, I would have maybe waited, not gotten in at opening bell, because this one seems so bullish. If I was going to go short, and I would have waited until the EMA on this one, and I would have waited until this line on this one. And this one, I probably would have traded to the EMA and gotten out. So that would have been my plan going. If I was going to go short, I would have wanted to wait because I didn't like the way it was looking for a short. So here's kind of what happened is this one went in this direction. So we took, okay, so here's what happened. We got stopped out immediately because I went short on the NAS, got stopped out immediately for 12 points and actually got back in short and made some money a little bit on this. But that's not opening bell trade. Then went short on the S&P and eventually got stopped out for 4 points. So we lost 4 here. We lost 12 here. And then we won 9 because what we ended up doing is what I did yesterday. Whoops, sorry guys. What we ended up doing is taking, I did a little bit of a limit order on this one to get in a little bit better position. And we ended up taking 9 points. Got in at 22.42 up here right at the EMA, and ended up taking 9 points because I didn't want it to happen what happened yesterday, which was I lost the first 2 right away, and then I had 6 to 7 points, and I could have almost broken even. And at that point, it's kind of like, you could let it do its thing, but this would have been 2 days in a row that I would have been stopped out on all 3. So I took the 9 that was given, very close to 10. And so we ended up, I'll have to do the math, but almost positive or very close to positive. You know what? For Friday, we're going to go in reverse direction. This was my call for the end of the Russell. And it ended up bouncing off of the, almost bouncing off of the 50. It did bounce off the S1. And it didn't end, in the channel or in the my prediction. It ended up a little bit above. Let's see what the 0.26. So 8 points above. Still below that line that my initial thought was. So today looks very bullish. So let's figure this out. So I put this way up here. 2300 is in the house. I'm pretty sure it might just hit the R2 and then pull back. But so it may end up right there. But I'm thinking this is where we're going to go today. So we'll find out Monday. But things look bullish. It seems like there's some rotation out right now. We have to close above this 2290 to be truly bullish again. You can see left where we're at in the market, and basically anything above that 2290, maybe 2294 looks really bullish. So let's hope we get up and close there today. That would be nice. So regarding the daily on the NAS, we closed below the spot that I thought it was going to be at, which is right in the middle of the gap. We actually went all the way down and kind of double tapped and hit the bottom of the prior channel that we broke through the day before. Not surprising. And not surprising that today we kicked over, went down, and now we've started a new channel that looks a little shallower than this one over here or this one over here. I'd have to compare angles. It just looks a little shallower, but definitely up. Let's see about the end of today. Well, I'm kind of liking bullish. We're back above this yellow line that we were talking about. As long as we stay the next hour or two above this, then these are in the house. I mean, we could end up back here or below and retesting the 21-day EMA in the middle of the Bollinger. Right now, everything until it changes, everything seems up. Have no problems with this right now being green and being above this line at 746. So this is going to be my call. And on the S&P, boy, really close to getting it. If you look at the channel that I had drawn, pulling that down a little bit, it didn't quite come down. Okay, if we do it a little bit more shallow, yeah, I can see right there. Let's see. Yeah, I guess within the 10%, that looks pretty good. It did touch the midpoint of the channel. It's kind of a little bit wonky, but for the purposes of where we're at, I think that looks good. Again, very similar to the MNQ. Let me see what I think. So I know these look like they're touching, but they're not. They're separated. So let's see where this ends up today. Are we going to touch, potentially get to all-time highs? Maybe. The RSI is finally back under 70 on the daily. So we'll see. This is a good day. Seems bullish. Seems like we've had a turnaround. Seems like the money's flowing back into the market after a nice pullback, which is what we needed. So I think this Aloha Friday is going to be good. Maybe some profit taking right at the end going into the weekend. So be prepared for running it up and then a pullback potentially just to take some profits. All right. Well, hopefully, I need to do the totals. So to me, here is the secret on this Friday. -7 points, but positive money with the 1-to-3 ratio on each. Now I know I don't have this down to a science yet, but I do an 8-4 on the S&P. I do a 24-12 on the NAS, and I do a 10-5 on the Russell. So maybe I'll try to get it perfectly calculated so that however I break even on getting 1-to-3 right, I break even on the money, the ampersand, so to speak, but not on the points. All right. Well, hey, not positive points, but positive ampersands this morning. And thanks for tuning in and subscribing and liking and getting better at positional, situational awareness and risk management trading, both futures, cryptos, options, any type of chart you want to look at, help you in the stock market and everything. Thanks for being a part of Futures Networks Live and Futures to More, and we will see you on Monday.